We're going to be doing a tier list for the best solo carry champions in the jungle. Starting off, we have a Mumu. So, we're speaking for solo carrying. Strictly solo carrying, season 13. I would say Amumu is not the worst. Like, I wouldn't put him at, like, F tier. But, I don't know if I put him... Wait, I need to make an S plus tier. One second. Let's see, add a row above. We'll call this S plus. S plus. Alright. So, I don't think Amumu is necessarily, like, the worst champion for solo carrying. Because he's got a really good ult setup. But the thing is that, depending on how you itemize especially, he's not really... He doesn't really have enough damage. He really just sets the team up. So, I mean, he's good for that. And he's definitely really good in low elos and really easy. So, I put him at, like... Honestly, maybe... maybe low A, maybe B tier. Alright, Bel'Veth. Now, this is a champion that knows how to 1v9. Bel'Veth is actually a great champion for 1v9ing because she can gank early, she can farm up, can secure objectives. Great at fighting, great at skirmishing. I don't know if she's that good in the meta right now, so I'll put her at A, but insanely good champion. Great all around. Diana. Diana is definitely a champion that's has setup potential, kind of like an Amumu. Has setup potential. Honestly, I would say she's like maybe around Amumu's tier. Diana's like really good, but I wouldn't necessarily call him a carry. Now, Echo. I think Echo in the right hands, a really well played Echo. Because of his kit, that amount of damage that he has in his kit and his survivability, and the fact that you could flex pick with your mid laner, means that it's harder to get countered, the jungle. It's definitely a lot harder to play into when you have that massive AP threat, and most junglers are AD champions, so to be able to have that kind of fixed damage on the team comp, having the Echo, I think it's just, I think he's an S tier solo carry. Elise, I don't know if I'd call Elise a solo carry champion at all. I mean, she's good, but I don't think she solo carries. She's good at setting up the team. Definitely good at setting up the team. Wait, sorry, I need to put these down a little. Evelynn. Okay, I gotta say, for solo carrying games, Evelynn's an S plus tier, 1,000,000,000%. Because Evelynn just has, she used to have a weak early game, but after the buffs to her Q, her last buffs, when they buffed her Q, oh my God, is her damage absurd. And she scales, and she has built-in magic pen. Evelynn, a guaranteed S plus tier for solo carrying. Fiddlesticks, I gotta put him in S plus tier as well, honestly. I don't know if I put him. Yeah, you know I'll put him in S plus. Alright, I gotta put Fiddle in S plus tier. His ult, if you know what you're doing on Fiddle, I always say, if you know what you're doing on Fiddle, I will see you in Challenger. Yo, give me a push. Thank you for the 10 gift subs. I appreciate that so much, man. Boy, the best fan club, all my gift sub friends. Appreciate it so much. Alright. Gragas. Gragas is really good right now. I gotta give some love to the Gragas. The fact that he is super OP, I gotta put him in S tier. Because he's super OP. He's got a whole lot of damage. I gotta put Gragas up there. Gragas is nuts. Gragas is... He's got everything that you really need to win games right now. I'd say he's really good. Graves. For solo carrying, after the recent buffs, in the current meta, I don't know if I'd put him that high on the tier list. Just because the current meta. I mean, you can see there's already there's 4 AP champs in the S plus S tier. So this kind of puts Graves at an A tier, because Graves is a champion that is really good into 80 champions. So I don't know if I'd really want to put Graves in that S tier list, but he's definitely is good at solo carrying games. His E stacking, his armor. If you're counting into heavy AD comps, Graves is probably at the top of the list, but speaking about all junglers, especially the ones in the meta, I gotta put Graves around A tier. Hecarim. Hecarim's solo carry potential, honestly, I gotta put it at S. With that new Dantes build, the full damage, be able to just charge in, go insane, go crazy. The high mobility, the engage. See, that's what Graves and Bel'Veth kind of lack, is that engage. Hecarim has the engage, the damage, the scaling. Hey, respect to Hecarim. Ivern, solo carrier potential, I gotta put Ivern down at like D tier, maybe F. Honestly, I'll put him at F for now. Solo carrier potential, I don't see it. Jarvan, great setup, great engage. I'll put him around this. See, notice B tier. They're like early game champions. I'd say Moon was a little bit more scaling, but they're mostly just engaged champions. Karthus, solo carrier potential. Honestly, Karthus always gets a little bit of love just because the champion can power farm up super well. Honestly, I put him like same tier list with Udyr. They're great, but not overly great because they can get countered by gank heavy junglers. But Karthus definitely is a champion that has a lot of strength in his being able to just get the highest CS count because he has a full clear around 301. That's his full clear time. Kayn, for reference, no leash is around a 314. Karthus is 13 seconds faster than Kayn, and Kayn is one of the fastest full clears in the game. And now to get to my boy, honestly, across all elos, across all brackets, I gotta put Kayn number 1. Put him in front of Fiddle. Put him in front of everyone. S+ tier for Kayn. I gotta shout him out. Across all elo brackets, the flexibility in the champion, the fact that he can go into a bruiser, into an assassin, the high mobility, you know, the fast pathing, good objective control, great team fighting. He's a jack of all trades. I gotta put him in S+ tier. If you're looking to solo carry games, this is a solo carry tier list. Keep that in mind. I gotta put Kayn S+ tier. I just have. Kha'Zix. Now, I'm actually a big fan of Kha'Zix. I'm an enjoyer, but his solo carry potential, not so high, honestly. I think Kha'Zix is a great champion. I think he's amazing. I just don't think he has the solo carry potential. Alright, now Kindred. Kindred's a bit of an interesting one because she's an early game champion, but she also scales insanely well. I gotta put Kindred S tier. Because her scaling, her snowballing, her powers in the jungle, if you are a low elo, high elo, if you have the mechanics to pull off a Kindred, I think you could easily solo carry games. Easily. I want to put her at S+ because she's not like a hard carry. See, I'd say maybe Echo is the only one that belongs in S+. That's why I put him first. But Lee Sin. Lee Sin's an interesting one. His solo carry potential across all elos, I don't know. Yo, Pandy Paduvi, thanks for 17 months. Lee Sin's solo carry potential, that's tough. If you're a really good Lee Sin, like I'm giving benefit of the doubt, a really good Lee Sin, I would still put you around the same tier as these guys. For solo carrying, I'd put you at like A tier. I don't even think I need that many tiers. There's not that many champions that suck at solo carrying. Now, Lilia. Okay, Lilia. I gotta put her at B tier in this current meta. Good engage, great team fighting. But, you know, your team's gotta follow up. Shout out TSM with the 9-man sleep. It was, wasn't it? The 9-man sleep. Yo, shout out TSM. If you don't got the team to back you up, I don't know. See, Lee Sin, it's kind of the same, but he just is so strong. And he has the engage. I feel like he has the early game and the engage. Not necessarily the scaling, but I've definitely seen a fair share of Lee Sin just absolutely dominating in solo carrying. Alright. Maokai. I gotta put Maokai pretty low on the list here. I put him at like D tier. For like solo carrying games. He definitely is like good at like... He's got a semi-good engage, but I wouldn't really say he's a solo carry. Master Yi... It's really feast or famine. You got to put Master Yi at S+ tier. I didn't want to put this many champs at S+ tier, but honestly, I feel like I have to. Master Yi definitely is a 1v9 champ, 100%. He is just the 1v9 champ. Kha'Zix is C tier. This is for solo carrying, like solo carrying games. I'm not saying these champions are weak. I'm saying they're not good at solo carrying. And in this current meta, keep in mind, solo carrying in this current meta. And Master Yi is a champion where, yeah, he's a hyper carry. He's OP. He's got it all. He's honestly, I'd put him in front of Kayn. No, not even like that. He is probably the best solo carry jug in the game right now. I put probably Evelyn right here too. We're gonna go like that. Okay. Maybe just put a Gragas as well. All right. Mordekaiser. I honestly put him. Solo carrying, you could definitely get away with a lot, but I'd put him like Kha'Zix tier. Just junglers that are good at winning the jungle. But not necessarily solo winning the game. I don't know. Nidalee is the weird one because Nidalee, if you're a really good Nidalee, you will dominate games. You will surely take over. But now to solo carry a game, I want to put her high on the list, but I don't know where exactly. I think I put her like same tier as Lee Sin. But I feel like she could be higher, so she's like kind of in between here. So I'd probably put her like right here. Maybe put Bel'Veth a little bit. I put Bel'Veth like in the back. Yeah, I feel like that's good for A. Nocturne, he's got the engage, he's got a lot of damage, he's really slept on. Oh, that's tough. That's tough because I think Nocturne has so much carry potential. Thing is, you can always start off a fight by picking someone off. You can always catch someone out. Kind of like a Vi, but I think it's better. I think this is honestly a sleeper pick. I gotta put him at A tier. I gotta put him there. Nunu. I think Nunu, across all elos, I wouldn't call him a solo carry. He definitely is good at, like, getting his team ahead, and he's definitely good. Like, he's super hit or miss. He's either gonna, like, hard 1v9 a game or hard lose a game. And when you're playing, like, a 1v9 champ, like a solo carry champ, I just don't think Nunu. I gotta put him in, like, C tier. Olaf, he goes, like, E tier, bro. Olaf is just... He's not good in the jungle. He's just not good in the jungle. He's a good top laner. He's not good in the jungle. You're not gonna solo carry games Olaf because the second that, like, it kind of like Rek'Sai, but Rek'Sai is better. You fall off super hard. Okay, to Poppy, I don't think Poppy's gonna solo carry games. She's pretty low on the list in terms of, like, actual solo carrying, because I mean, you know, you have, like, these champions that can, like, dominate the jungle and kind of take over. Like, I'd maybe put Nunu a little bit higher here. Nunu a little bit higher, maybe. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't see. She's just like a worse version of these junks. Kiana. If you're a really good Kiana, I mean, the thing is, she just doesn't belong in the jungle right now. I put her like C tier. She's a good champion for carrying games, yeah, but I don't think she's a jungler. She just doesn't win any jungle matchups whatsoever. She's not a good jungler right now. You don't see any Kiana junglers. You rarely see any. And whenever you do, they look at the champs that are meta and played, like, they just destroy Kiana, to be honest. Okay, Rammus. Solo carrying, I gotta put Rammus like super low, like B tier. I'll put Nunu back there, honestly. Alright, let's see. Rek'Sai. Another skirmish champ that just falls off really hard, honestly. I'd honestly probably put Rek'Sai a little bit lower here of solo carrying, because you have a really good early game and you have snowball potential, but like, you just fall off. At least Kha'Zix and Elise, they have some form of like scaling damage for single target bursts. See, that's the difference between this tier list and this tier and that tier. A lot of champions that fall off but have AoE. They have that AoE, but this is a lot of like single target, single focus. I put honestly, I don't think Kiana belongs in this tier, but I just think she's not a good jungler, so she just winds up there. And Nunu, I mean, has AoE. I'll honestly put Nunu there. I'll put it back, whatever. How is Amumu higher than Kha'Zix? Because Kha'Zix just does not solo carry games. He falls off really hard. The second you team fight, you lose. And this is a team fight meta. He just doesn't have the scaling of a team fight. Like, he's a great champion, but he doesn't solo carry games. I don't think so. Okay. So, Rengar, he's got to go all the way up here. Rengar for sure. Would I call him S+? I think so. If you're a really good Rengar. Kha'Zix permaban? Alright, what, you guys don't like Kha'Zix being up here? Alright, I'll put Kha'Zix over here then. He doesn't have that good solo carry potential, guys. Like, okay, I'll put him in front of Lee Sin. That's fair. In front of Lee Sin. Maybe I'll put Velvet a little bit lower then. Velvet a little lower, putting it a little lower. Oh, that actually looks a little better. That looks a little better. You're right. I'm just thinking about champions that completely take over in 1v9. Like Sejuani, I don't think Sejuani's gonna take over 1v9. I'd put her on this tier, to be honest. Not like Olaf or Ivern bad. Shaco is kind of flexible with the fact that he can go AD or AP. He has a lot of like versatility, a lot of damage. Doesn't really have solo carry potential that we're looking for. You don't really see him take over too many games. He's usually always just getting carried. So I put him even below the skirmisher tier, so he actually might just wind up here. But I'll put him at the top of this D tier. I don't think Shaco's good at solo carrying. Now Shyvana, if played correctly, I think she actually has some potential. I'd put her in like C tier, maybe like release, like objective control, kind of like. Rengar is better than Kha'Zix for solo carrying games? Oh, 100%. 100%. 100%. I think Rengar. If you're looking at a 1v9 champion to play from from, if you're like, I'm counting all elos. You guys aren't counting all elos. If you're gonna take an unranked challenger, solo queue only, this is what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of iron. I'm thinking of bronze. I'm thinking of gold. I'm thinking of plat. I'm thinking of diamond. I'm thinking of master, grandmaster, challenger. If you're gonna look to play in these MMR brackets, these are the champions that you are playing to get the best win rate. These are the champions that you're playing to solo carry every bad teammate, every noob. That's what this tier list is. Do I think Kha'Zix is a worse champion than Rengar? No, I think Kha'Zix is one of the best champions. If we're just talking about a tier list of who is best in the meta, I don't know. Alright, Skarner is actually so low on this tier list that he's actually going to wind up being two Skarners in E. Here, I'll actually put him in E and F, so Ivor doesn't feel alone down there. Talia actually doesn't have terrible solo carry potential, but I think the fact that she is very easy to die on, so I mean, I wouldn't recommend most people play Talia. If played properly, she can carry, but I'd probably put her like right here, C tier, next to, put her right next to at least. Talon is a pretty solid one. Solo carrying games, I'd say Talon. He belongs in like skirmish tier actually. Yeah, skirmish tier. Kiana, I feel like. Trundle's just a bad jungler. He goes in Olaf tier. Same thing as Olaf. Bad jungler, bad skirmishing, bad everything. Oh, Udyr definitely belongs in S tier, ahead of all of. Yeah, right here. Okay. And Udyr's here again for some reason. Okay, well, Udyr is so OP that he actually winds up here twice. Here, I'm leaving Udyr down here. Alright, by solo carry potential? I mean, kind of falling in the same demographic of like objective control. Has engage, but kind of single target engage. So I'd say like, probably like next to Kiana. Yeah. Viego's a toughie, because I think Viego's actually in B tier for solo carrying, but he's not the best at solo carrying. Like, you would imagine him to be A tier, but I think he's actually B tier, but he's like top of B tier. Yeah, maybe. There you go. Alright, Volibear, I'd say Volibear is, he's not too bad of a skirmisher. He doesn't solo carry games, so I put him like right here. Maybe top of D tier. Alright. You got two Skarners? Yeah, I know. Warwick, once again, not a jungler. I really put him there. Here, I'll give it to this corner. Okay, Wukong. Wukong's pretty solid. He's a skirmisher champ, so once again, pulling into the skirmisher. I mean, he's got a really good ult, really good team fighting, good in meta. I put Wukong right next to Nocturne. Because the thing is, he doesn't have the best CSing, so if you don't have a good team, the thing is, Wukong's really good at carrying games when you have good follow-up. Similar to like, this is kind of the tier list of like, okay, if you have a good, anyone to follow up with you, you can make plays and carry games. So Nidalee, yeah, you could dominate and take over, but eventually you're going to fall off, you're going to get stat checked. Same with Braves, in terms of like AP champs just sending you. Arthas is a champion that, I mean, yeah, you can just farm up. If you get invaded perma, you're not actually able to do too much. As opposed to champions in this tier list, I think, once they get a kill or two, the game is over. Well, definitely. These champions is like, I get a little bit of a lead, I'm taking over. I'm taking over. Okay, so Xin, he's honestly not that bad. Not that bad. Solo carrying, I wouldn't put him that high, but I put him next to these for sure. Zac, I put Zac decently high. He's probably the top of B or maybe the bottom of A. In terms of like solo carrying. Maybe even like over here. Because I mean, I've definitely solo carried games with Zac before in a lot of elos. I put Zac at S actually. Zac at S. Zed jungle, as much as I love Zed, the assassin junglers, I'm gonna keep them all together here. Just keep them in C tier. It's all nice. Okay, so let me just refine everything, make sure everything seems chill. Okay, so S plus, I would definitely say the best solo carry champions in the game. These are champions where if they get one kill, you just assume the game's over. Evelyn, SRE is definitely number one. Kayn, I think Kayn is super good at solo carrying games, like super good. As someone who's done it throughout every MMR bracket, I think he's super good at solo carrying. Evelyn, honestly, might be a little bit better than him though at this current moment. Maybe even Rengar as well. No, actually, I don't think Rengar is. Okay, I think this is it. Oh, Kayn's definitely number 3. Echo is top of S, and then you have Udyr, who just, like I said, amazing objective control, amazing strength, super fast pathing, great team fighting, just forces everything. Great solo carrying. These are all champions that, yeah, it's kind of similar to up here, but a little bit tougher to navigate. So, Echo, Kindred, I'd say Gragas being up here makes sense. And then champions that are really good, but they're not necessarily meant to be solo carries. So, you have a lot of the S+ tier meta champions in high elo. Like Jarvan would definitely be in that demographic, but I wouldn't really say that they're great at solo carrying. So, like this list is pretty fair. Maybe some people would want to swap out like Jarvan with Nocturne. I think that would be like the only thing I'd say. Nocturne at the top of B then. So yeah, then you have like the engaged champions and champions that a lot of resets, snowball. Solid carry potential. Hey, I think this is pretty good. The only one I'm kind of iffy on is Nunu. Maybe Nunu's a little bit wrong. Yeah. Okay. So what do you guys think? This is my tier list, not for who is the best champs in the meta. This is my tier list for who is the best at 1v9ing in this current like patch. In this current, what are we in? What are we in? We're in patch. League patch. 13.7. So we're currently patch 13.8. So 13.8. I think this is the best solo carry champions of the game. Nocturne's S tier. I mean, the thing is that there's definitely games where you're gonna wind up not having a team. I just don't think he has enough AOE or enough. Because a lot of these champions have like either AOE or amazing survivability. Notice that? It's like a lot of AOE that they kill multiple targets at once. Alright. I think that's it, boys.